and 1, and we're going.
Welcome back to Oathbound Roads. So, this little gaggle who are still debating their mercenary company name and for the future, they've come up with some very interesting ideas that I've just heard, and we're just going to see where things fall. So, when last we left our group, they had learned some harrowing revelations about the nature of the predicament they found themselves in. The missing Scion girl, Esther, the witch pursuing her through the woods in the town of Hallowhall in the country of Eberna. Finding out some disturbing facts, they decided that the best course of action would be to try to go out into the wild and find the missing girl. And that they did. And thankfully, most of their journey was pleasant at first. The snow lightened up. They had a somewhat pleasant encounter with a group of nature spirits beneath a snowbank, who led them to a grove containing magical berries that filled them with determination and rejuvenated their energy to get through the rest of the day's travel.
Damn it.
At least it wasn't a sunflower that gave us determination.
Hey, that's
That
on the
would be
encounter table. Don't worry about it.
Oh no!
Well, now I am.
Yeah.
Come nightfall, things took a slightly more drastic turn. They found a spot to make camp, made some pleasant conversations, and some rather excellent tea out of the good berries. But a horrific din broke through the trees. Sounds of smashing wood, splintering screeches, steel drawn, snarls and howls. Rushing off to meet the sound, they discovered the scene of a battle, just finishing. A massive beast felled by the old hunters of the Southlands, who had also come to this area, and they found the unconscious body of the young Esther. The hunters, wounded, were not quite in the best place to be approached. And one of them revealed his true nature as a skin changer, changing into a lupine form, and causing Anaphora, the human bard, to revisit some very unpleasant memories of her past, putting her into a very fight-or-flight state. Tensions thankfully resolved through some clever spellcasting from Vask, the human sorcerer, and a few other actions. And taking the girl, frostbitten and short one arm, tragically, they fled as quickly as they could to the small logging town of Bowbarrow nearby, where Nat, the Furbolg pugilist, had a friend there, hoping to provide shelter and a place for her to heal up. They all made it. The tensions were high. Still not regained consciousness and with not many answers. Within moments of them all entering into the town, the large fire in the town center took it into a new, insidious form. The face of the hag Petru emerging from within, looming over the entire place and threatening the entire town. Bring the girl to me by morning, or all of you will burn. So, as you all hear this stark warning, the face in the flame apparates away into smoke, leaving you alone, surrounded on all sides by wooden cabins, thin, sparse conifer trees, as far as the eye can see. People are beginning to murmur. You're seeing people begin to come out of their homes. What do you do?
No, me and Ogmund were together.
Yeah, Ogmund is with you, yes.
It was me and Vask, I believe.
Yep, you two just came into town.
Yeah, we were just showing up. Yeah.
Hildegard and Anaphora were inside of Ogman's home with the unconscious Esther. So you all heard that warning. It was very loud.
We need to find the others.
And Vasquez, sorry, I'm a little stiff. I'm getting over a cold. Vasquez, it's like, this is why I normally like to have that telepathy up.
To be fair, I am at least a head taller than
Very
everyone here.
noticeable.
It's not
Yeah.
the biggest town. If you look in the direction of the fire, you could see Nat's rather enormous silhouette right there and then. Humans tend to not have pointy ears with feathery tufts of hair coming out of them.
Yeah,
If they're not on top of shaving, yeah.
looks. Nat looks to Ogmund and just kind of like tries to read his expression.
He is breathing very heavily through the thick beard, lots of frost coming out of it, just staring at the fire. You could just see that there are 1,000 thoughts going through his head right now.
Yeah, I won't let her.
Just slowly turns over at hearing you say that. What darkness has come to our door, Nat?
It's the hag. The one I told you about. The one who took that girl's arm. Don't know why she wants it. I have theories, guesses, but nothing for sure.
As you were having this conversation, you're seeing and hearing the murmuring. Just about every adult in this town is stepping outside. Just loose furs thrown over what were probably sleeping garments. They're murmuring. They are starting to move towards Ogmund and a few others.
Shit. She would grip his arm. You don't need to tell them yet. You don't need to tell them where she is.
Looks at you slightly incredulously with that, eyes very wide.
I have an idea. I can't say it out here.
Okay. And the crowd approaches. There's lots of cries out, confusion. What's going on? What was that? Say, are we in danger? Is Ogmund, what is it? Did you see it? There's lots and lots of outcries. Everyone would be able to sense that much. Inside the home where Anaphora and Hildegard are, Helene, Ogmund's wife, is over there by the window looking out right now.
Oh.
Anaphora is leaning over Esther right now, and she's getting ready at a moment's notice to pick her up and start running.
All right.
Hildegard is probably moving towards the window, holding Laug in her arm. She hasn't really let him go.
Completely fair, yeah.
Like, basically kind of pointing him like a fucking flashlight so she could see.
Completely fair, yeah. Yeah, it's suddenly a lot darker than it was before. You've gotten so used to being able to see so clearly, but...
Yeah, that's she winces hard at that.
So you move over to the same window Helene is at?
Mm-hmm. Just trying to look out and see what's going on.
Looks over at you for a moment.
Not even paying attention.
You don't have
Alright, so...
vision at this moment.
Yep. Back outside,
What
The
is Ogman telling the people?
about to get to that.
Okay.
The crowd comes forward. There's lots of questions, illuminated by the firelight and a few torches scattered around. You see one figure come forward, the elder of the town, older fellow named Ulfbert. You know him.
Is he alright, or is he a bit
He's-
of a...
He seemed fine as far as
Okay.
interactions with him go. Ogman, what's happening? We heard a voice, saw the light. We're in danger. What's going on? Ogman just takes a breath. Seems one of the hags of the northern woods has a grievance with the town. What was it that she said about something evil within us? What's going on with that? It's like the murmurs start picking up. Energy slightly starting to veer towards mob.
Yeah, the hag. Their concepts of good and evil aren't the same as yours.
She threatened to burn down the town by morning if we didn't turn something over. Mentioned a girl? What's going on with the... His voice is beginning to overlap.
Ah, fuck.
Are we have to push through the crowd at all?
You two would be on the outskirts of it, yes.
Yeah, Garma's gonna take no shits. He is going through a straight line through the crowd.
These are some burly woodcutters, so it's not the easiest crowd to part through, but they would allow you to pass.
I will not let her burn your town down. You've all seen me here. You all know me at least by appearance. Yes.
They know you, yes. Just
Okay. Yeah, that is her talking to the crowd, trying to ease them.
You're one person, Nat. You hear one of the woodmen say.
I am not. There are
She's
other-
not alone.
Fuck.
The crowd does part a little more significantly at that.
Is just like, well, that's one way to make a path.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the big ass sword strapped to his back.
Just Ogman just looks over, just friends of yours?
Good. Companions. I don't
See.
typically do friends, but I trust them enough I trust them to not harm anyone and to be here for altruistic reasons.
See.
And you know my trust is not well earned, Ogden.
Was not.
These two are these two are my equals, if not in physical might, in magical might. And there are two others. Will not let your town be burnt.
How many of you are there?
Just 5. I said that's 3 and 2 others.
5.
5. The hag is nothing to take lightly, but I will not let this town be burnt.
Those are very fine words, Nat, you hear Ulfbert the Elder say. I wouldn't call them guarantees. The hags of the northern woods have been in these parts longer than the dragons. They are masters of this entire realm. The entire forest could rise up against us. You truly say that that is something you could defend against?
It is one hag, nothing to take lightly.
This hag
It is
works
not-
alone. She is forsaken by her coven.
It is true. She is going against what the others want. We have spoken in a manner of speaking. Not exactly spoken, but we have had a slight bit of communication with someone else in the coven, and they do not agree with what she is doing. She will not have the rest of the coven behind her.
What is it that she's doing?
We are not entirely sure.
She
Lots of
hunted a
murmuring.
young girl.
Fuck.
Lots
Is
of
that what
murmuring
you
breaks
want
up.
to foster out into the cold? A girl now missing her arm?
Relax. Breathe, Garm. I do not believe these people would throw an innocent to the wolves, so to speak. But they are scared. Garm. Breathe. These
He just
people are
mildly
scared.
bristles at that.
Yeah.
Poor choice of word of
Gus
my man, but
wince.
yeah, she winces a
He
little
doesn't.
at her own words, but
You don't hear anything in your head, but you can almost hear him psychically go, "Ooh."
yeah.
Yep.
Fucking
I do not believe you people would throw an innocent to her death. That is undoubtedly what it would be. She has already clearly undergone a torturous time. Would the rest of you permit that? I don't believe so. And we will not permit the hag to come here.
Old words. Do you understand what you're suggesting? You're
I
suggesting we
understand.
put our own lives at risk for this, too. There are children in this town.
I know.
And would you not protect your own children from the predations of a hag?
I would, with my very life.
These are good people, Carl.
I know they are.
We have the night. We and my companions will go out. We will figure something out. We will not let the harm befall you. I understand.
That's very good.
No, go, please. Please.
Vass kind of steps up and goes, "And if we cannot find an agreeable thing, we will leave the village with her once she has had at least some time to recover. She was nearly frozen to death. But we will take her and leave, and you can tell the hags that you kicked us out. If your cowardice is that strong, we will leave."
Ask.
There's lots of looking. You're asking us to choose between innocence we know and innocence we don't.
But they are innocents all the same. If it was one of your children, how would you view it?
We would
if the
still
situation
defend
was
them with
reversed?
our lives.
Start with this child. You may as well start staking up a child every week on the edge of town at night. One sacrifice is too much.
He has a point. He has a point. This is a hag against the rest of her coven. If you start doing what she wants now, she will never let you go. And a regular hag is nothing good. But a hag who has gone against the rest of her coven, imagine what that's like. We can take the girl and make our presence known. And she will know that the girl is not here. If that is what it comes to.
And how do
This
we know
way-
that she won't just burn down the village the moment you're gone to punish you for it?
We have to, we'll kill her.
And once again, we come back to the same problem, the elder says. We need to discuss this amongst our own, as we always do. Put it to a vote. Need to have someone check the perimeter. Hags are masters of the woods. See if there are traps. Check the roads. We have until sunrise. We best make sure we're as prepared as we can be for whatever comes to it. Whatever that is.
Ogmund, I need you for a moment.
A
I know
moment.
you are going to join them, but I need you for a moment.
A moment, then. Steps over to you, looking nervous as all get out.
My people can disguise themselves. If it comes to it, I will be the girl.
Do you really think something like that would work?
It is a possibility to at least buy time.
They're going to figure out the girl is in my house. You understand, no matter what route this goes, there could be very bad consequences. I have 3
No.
children.
And I will not have you put them in danger.
You understand, keeping her here might very well be putting them in danger no matter what you do.
We will take her away if we do not think of something else.
I fear that the town will burn for you doing that.
I understand that, but you can't just expect us to let that girl be thrown back after you've seen the state she is in.
I hope that we're able to hear her side of the story before we have to make that choice.
So do
Because
I.
like it or not, this town, it's all any of us have got.
I know. You're...
I have a sneaking suspicion that that witch, when you brought her here, that girl was the bait and this town was the snare.
I'm not a bear.
And yet here we are, ensnared. I need to go check the perimeters. I won't tell them that I've got the girl for now. But understand that I have to choose one life or another.
You do not need to explain yourself, Ahmed. I understand. Your family has been kind to me. I would not want anything to happen to them. You don't need to justify or warn me. I know. Protect your family, Ogmund.
I sincerely hope something comes across that'll change this. It's gonna be a long night. He just starts trudging off through the snow towards the rest of the crowd. All of them, some of them, the men are beginning to go around near the perimeter of the trees, looking around for things, torch lights. Some of them heading over towards the roadway out. For the moment, you 3 are alone.
What's a fine mess.
Yes, I think we got played.
But she would have died if we just kept going.
I know. I agree. It's just
Listen,
Lead
if
us
it comes
on.
to... What?
Lead us on. I would wish to see her.
Be careful.
should I send
Anaphora,
a message to Ruben?
good idea. But be careful. Anaphora is herself, but she's still shaken.
I know.
So, DM, just real quick as I'm preparing the sending, do contractions count as one word?
They count as one word.
Okay, good.
You think I am a friggin' Oxford professor?
Our word Yaldav.
I'm from the
Redneck
South.
hack.
I'm from the South. We're the kings of contractions.
Just make the entire thing a contraction. Just the longest
Oh.
contraction in the world.
Technically one word.
It's gonna sound like a Welsh town name.
Yeah,
Actually fast.
Just
If-
out of nowhere, you just explode on the spot.
Fast.
With just an
If-
arch wizard going, you know what?
so
what
you
you
just
did.
like no, just imagining hiring like sending interpreters.
Vast. If Ruben says he can send us help, that might actually be something we can tell the town to help them breathe easier.
Yes, I just have to
Yes, I
figure out
understand.
what I can say.
So you
There's a
guys are
limit to how
moving
much
towards
I can
Ogman's home as you're doing this?
say.
Not yet.
Are we
Not
being
yet.
followed?
Yep. Not at the moment. No, you three are alone. The townsfolk are very feverishly looking around
Okay.
the edge.
So we're not being watched.
Not at this moment, no.
Okay, then yeah, let's go.
Oh, bow barrel. I thought it was barrel bow for some reason.
Yeah, bow bear. Calm down. I know this is not good. These people are good people. They're hardworking people.
I know. It is not them I am angry at.
Good.
Forced into a situation where we're tempted to gnaw off our own leg.
I mean, she doesn't look around to make sure like no one's within like listening distance.
Mm-hmm.
If worst comes to it, I will be the girl. She can't see the girl's magic anyway, so it might work.
We do not know that.
We do. We tried looking at her and she was stabbed, remember?
He means in the sense of we don't know if the witch did something to her.
Oh. I mean, the witch clearly took her arm.
Yeah, I don't have.
She wants
detect
more.
magic.
Yeah.
But if I disguise myself as her, it will maybe throw the witch out and you can do something. I don't know. It is something to consider.
I mean, if we can get her conscious, I could turn her into. And he kind of laughs as he's just realizing how ridiculous this is. He goes, "We can get her conscious. I can turn her into something that will be able to travel through the, back to town. It'll only last an hour, but
What does that mean?
I can polymorph.
Oh,
I can polymorph someone.
No.
Potentially two people with twin spell.
No,
That's
You would change her shape.
And because it is a new shape magically granted, her exhaustion would be gone and she'd be able to have the vitality of that form until it is damaged, and then she returns to how she is
that's
now.
only an hour.
But it would be an hour. I mean, I could do it more, but it would drain a lot of my capabilities.
Yeah, I don't know if that's enough time for her to get to town, get to the city, or anything vast.
DM,
Yep.
has Bask seen any, I would say, giant eagles or wyverns or giant flying things that I can use polymorph?
Well, yeah, I think, is it an hour long enough for her to get to the city as that form?
Yeah, by the wyvern flies, is it an hour away?
Not an hour. You'd make a really good distance if you were flying into the wind. Oh.
Yes, and I have. So this is meta. Vask would explain this a little more tactfully. I do have twin spell, so I could cast one cast of polymorph on two people, but that would take most of my.
That would give her a traveling companion most of the way, a part of the way anyway.
I mean, honestly, with two large-sized flying creatures, might be able to get the whole group back or travel.
Question.
Mhm.
What does polymorph target? Is it just target creature or?
I think I can only do beasts as a.
No, not turn into
It's
like
not
what can
spell,
it
I
target?
believe.
Like
It targets
what-
a creature, yes.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
range of
interesting.
60 feet.
So hilariously, you could actually target Laug.
Make Flaug a giant and spread her. And well, the idea for using on her is so she won't be exhausted.
I know, but
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I just realized the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's. So
What's
it
your
would have to
challenge rating?
be. It would have to be one of us to be something big and powerful, I think.
Yeah, CR10. And we could carry her still, but like that is a good idea for like a getaway.
All right, so
But
I'd say that
Yeah.
all of you would be indoors at this point.
yes, enter.
Yep.
Oh, I do have the Envask as we walk in. He goes, so I can send the message to Ruben now. I've got it planned out in my head.
All right.
Do so.
Do I see Ogman's wife in here?
Yes, Helene is over by the window, and she was back over, walks over to the girl. After a moment, then looks over at you. There's a little less, there's fear in her eyes, but definitely also a lot of understanding. Looks like she is between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Aren't we all?
I didn't know. I didn't know she saw us. I didn't know she knew we were coming.
It's fine. It's what anyone
It's
would
not-
have done. We'd have done the same thing if we found her out there in the morning. And we likely would have.
She'd have been dead by the morning.
That's just the thing. I don't actually know about that.
What?
Come on. Walks in. Just over back to where the girl, very serene, like friggin' Snow White levels of serene sleeping going on right now.
Does anyone have thaumaturgy for an air horn?
Hey.
She is
find
very
something?
cold to the touch, but feel the pulse.
Do so.
That is not a heart that is freezing to death. You can feel that is a strong heartbeat.
Huh.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on with her, but
May I roll?
Wait,
Arcana?
maybe.
Mhm.
Okay, I think
Yeah, can I
I
also-
got an idea, but I don't know if she would know it.
Garm first, then we'll do that.
Ah,
Alright, so yeah. Nope, you got shit.
Envask try. Let's also walk in hearing this.
Yeah, you can try. $21.
Damn.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
much better.
Well, this girl is a scion. They tend to be pretty hardy and long-lived. They tend to survive things that would kill a lot of normal people. It's hard to say for sure exactly what's going on here. You don't have a lot of first-hand experience with them. But that's probably your best guess, is there's clearly something arcane at work here with her. She might be healing faster than a person normally would.
do you think? I'm gonna see if I know what the spell Feign Death is. Oh, no,
6.
I don't.
It's magic stuff.
I knew I shouldn't have stopped learning.
Nerd.
Hey.
Now I'm a jerk and everyone loves me.
What do you know?
Anyway,
I could just imagine she's just like, shit, I used to know this, fuck!
yeah, she.
But
Yeah,
my muscles are too
she's like,
big now.
That sounds like something I learned from her.
That's what happens when you min-max.
See, I had to
Fine.
dump all that nerd shit for gains.
I'm not min-maxed. I just have, specialties more towards the physical side of things.
Max Min.
Either way, if you hadn't, you had told me that you found her out in the woods and that she hadn't been out there for 2 days. I wouldn't believe you. She's cold, but looks like she's just sleeping.
Oh,
That's a good point. Is there like chest rising and falling?
Yeah, there is.
It's
But
probably
it's deep. I've put rags on. I've wrapped her up in blankets. I've not been entirely gentle. Had to get her outer coat off because it was soaked through, but no sign at all of any movement at all.
She did lose her arm. Perhaps
Now you see,
perhaps
that's
the
another
shock
thing.
of that.
Well, that's another interesting thing. She lifts up the blanket, and you can see the bare shoulder The arm does not look like it was freshly broken. It actually looks like a long healed stump.
Oh,
That's not a
thinking
recent
back,
wound.
was she wearing a prosthetic at all? That I can
Not that you
remember?
could tell.
What the?
Magic.
Does it look like it was magically healed?
What? Or perhaps she always was missing an arm.
I don't remember her having a prosthesis.
She
Prosthetic
wields powerful
technology is-
magic.
Prosthetics are not something that's common knowledge around here
Okay.
at all.
All right. I don't think so. Using magic to make an arm is not something one does lightly.
And we have been told she is one of a rare few gifted with divine power.
He is a
but
scion.
still.
I've always heard they could do miracles, Helene says, just kind of shrugging a little bit.
Maybe it's-
Perhaps
maybe
that
it's-
is why the arm is missing. She is not conscious and therefore cannot manifest it.
And that's beyond me. So
It's beyond me too, I'm afraid.
I
Either
don't.
way, I should send this message to Ruben.
Yes.
Yes.
Send away.
Yes.
I'm going to use sending, and we've recovered Esther. She's heavily injured in stasis. In Barrowbow, Hags turning village against us with an ultimatum to sacrifice her. Need assistance or extraction. That is
Right.
exactly 25.
Nice.
Hey, she's
Alright.
25.
Now we wait. Where is Anaphora?
I've been sitting right here.
Yeah, she's there. She's by Esther.
I was waiting by Esther to see if I had to pick her up and run, so she's been sitting there.
Ah, good. Never mind it.
And then are you still at the window?
That's
fuck.
Hildegard.
Sorry, Hildegard.
How did you
Hildegard,
get
are you
those
still at the
names?
window? I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's turned to
I don't-
watch the interaction and listen to what's going on. But yeah, she's
Do you
still.
have any thoughts, Hildegard,
I don't know.
about what this could be? She stops. Sees the one raven. Where's the other? Are you having to do a patrol?
I should go out and look at things. Just gonna slip out the door.
I'm gonna slip out the door behind you.
Like, she is going to basically look around the village. Do a patrol like the villagers were doing, but flick on magic sightings in case you can see shit.
Fair. Hildegard,
Yes.
we're avoiding a question. Did something
Yeah.
happen?
Yes.
I am sorry. Were they? Were they? Familiar?
Don't really know how it works.
Your magic just moved through them. Yes.
Yes.
Hmm. I'm gonna make an Arcana roll just to see if I remember from my studies if that familiars can be resummoned. Oh my god!
Yeah, you are
Is that-
frazzled.
how did I tell me?
Roll a third Arcana.
Oh, yeah,
I just wanna
actually, yeah.
see.
Please 6.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
It's the number of the beast.
Sorry, guys, I'm sorry. Wait,
Whoa,
One more.
Ladies
Just
and
make sure.
gentlemen.
Okay, there.
I believe Nora has been cursed!
Oh, it's
Nora,
funny.
we are the satanic
the
D&D
Mayo
cult.
Queen strikes again!
Well, we
Mayhem
have no
Queen.
choice. We have to sacrifice Nora now.
She offered to turn into the girl.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It is.
It might.
So as we've been talking, Fast goes, oh, wait. And he kind of does this 1,000-yard stare, and his tattoos kind of goes a little staticky for a second. He goes, all right. Well, Ruben got back to me. So it'll take hours to get anyone out here. Torches are outside the college. Men are shouting, think it's the Reich. Sam is on his way.
Fuck.
So for two of you, you know what that name means.
Yeah. Yeah. Only Anaphora knows what that means.
Didn't Vask, when looking through Ruben's vision, Ruben looked up and saw Anaphora and Sam up on the
You
roof?
don't know the name, Sam.
You didn't get a name. You just knew that there was someone with Anaphora up there.
And so Vask says that, he goes, I don't know who Sam is, but they're on their way.
That was the man with me in Ruben's office.
They may
Who
be
only
on the way,
Anaphora
but
knows
the
is
town,
the thing.
but the town may turn against us before then.
Much as I hate to say it, I don't think you're going to get much help from the college right now, Helene says. They're never that quick to come out to this town anyway. We'd like to keep to our own.
And now it sounds like even if we bring her back to the college, the Reich is going to be there in town waiting to intercept us.
Something.
Is there a third place we can take her?
There's a cellar beneath one of the homes, but I don't think that's going to change much.
No.
To be honest, you may have to really wrestle with the decision of giving her up.
Mm.
Even if you don't want to.
I have a question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Every time that somebody has looked at Esther, like, trying to get in her mind, something has fought back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's always been Vask. That's why he hasn't tried to wake and mind her when she's sleeping.
What would happen if somebody looked at her with detect magic?
I believe that was already attempted,
was that
actually.
already
Yeah.
attempted? So then
Yeah.
nothing
It was
Yeah.
just
similar.
static.
It's like something was preventing you from discerning the true nature of it.
And Ruben did say something about scions are like shielded.
Yeah, but he
Someone
said
said that
she was
Scion
a
is shielded.
special case, and he had no idea how it worked.
Would I be able
Maybe she's a descendant of the
to
goddess secrecy.
determine what would happen if I tried to use dispel magic on her?
No one's tried.
You're
I
fuck it.
need to step outside.
You're gonna see Anaphora reach out and touch Esther real quick. Then I'm gonna try it, DM, if you'll allow it.
You are welcome to try.
Okay. It's a good sign.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll use my 5th level.
Fifth, huh? Alright, so Garm steps out. You step up to the body. Okay. This is interesting.
Interesting, says the DM, and then he goes silent.
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
that.
As you do that, the slight glow at the edges of her hair begins to dim a bit.
Hmm.
Then it starts getting even darker. There's no other visible change.
Maybe that's the doctor now.
This exact moment, it's just Vask, Anaphora, and Helene in the room with her. Garm's
Yeah.
outside, and you two are still out there.
Yep.
I guess I'll try telepathic speech again. My class feature.
Okay.
Being like, Esther?
Okay. You don't take damage.
Oh, God.
For a moment, there is a scream of absolute agony in your mind. It sounds distant and muffled. It didn't sound like a human voice.
Would it sound like one of the hags, or is just something completely?
You're not
I've
sure.
never even.
Just based purely on one brief bit of contact, you're not sure. You have never heard the girl speak, but that didn't sound like a human voice. Had a
Okay.
tinny, almost mechanical quality to it.
Oh god, did we just piss off a god?
Vask kind of looks at the others and goes, so it's like the lights are on, but the house is empty. But I could hear something, not a human, screaming through her. I know this doesn't make sense, but trust me, it does if you went through it yourself. Maybe they extracted more than just her arm.
There's a kind of a grimace on Anaphora's face at that. It's like, then
Yeah, Vask is probably the grimmest he's been when he says that.
That
Hello?
doesn't make any sense, though, Helene says. If they had everything they needed from her, why threaten us?
that's one of the questions I had. If they only needed a piece, and they took an arm, why do they need her at all? I don't think whatever a scion's power is can be parceled out. Perhaps. Either you have the whole thing or you don't have anything.
Trying to get out of the mind that we need to find this witch and extract the information from her ourselves.
But we do need somewhere safe to put Esther when we go to do that.
If the kind of glances around, like, I wish everyone was here, but if the college isn't safe, the only other place that I can think of that might be interested in protecting her from the hag is the dragons.
She kind of, she nods very slowly, but she gives you like a meaningful look, like she's asking for you to connect to her in a different way.
Uh-huh. So yeah, just you hear your heads up.
I'm afraid if we take her somewhere else, the hag will just burn this place down in retaliation anyway.
Yes, that is why I am increasingly of the opinion that we have to go kill her just as the solution to this. But
It's either take her with us when we go into the woods, hope that they don't deal with the hag as we're out looking for her, or risk burning down this entire town to get her to the safety of the dragons. We don't have a lot of options here, Vask.
No, we don't.
All right. That seems like an organic point. For the moment, was there anything that Nada and Hildegard were going to do for a moment? Garms is definitely going to be a big moment, so want to make sure I get what you guys are doing first.
Uh-oh. Ominous.
Yeah. After the talking about whether it was familiar or not, just get a big hand pat on your shoulder. Let us know if you see anything.
Flinches a little bit, but she doesn't shake off or move away from it.
I understand losing something important to you if you need to talk about
Thank you.
it. We'll head back towards the house, alright?
Nods her head.
Then turn and start heading back towards
All right, so you two are
the
heading back.
house.
Well,
Oh, I
yeah.
am.
yeah.
Okay.
Hildegard's going to do a perimeter walk of the town with detect magic on, just looking like anywhere like the trained forest folk may have missed, which is magical bullshit.
Okay. Like little, you see immediate results. All ringed around the forest as you pan your vision around. Little motes of those green witch lights, like you saw coming out of those tree creatures, marked on tree trunks at the edge of town. You can advance closer to look more so, but they're very clear to see to you.
She's afraid of if she got too much closer, it'd activate one. So
All right.
after hugging the raven, she's going to send Laug to fly a little ways closer and look through his eyes.
He flutters a few feet over, just out past the last edge of the last home between the town and the forest, just kind of hops. The snow is a little shallow from the wind, so he's not like submerged. As he gets closer, looking through his eyes, you see the tree is marked with runes.
Do these runes look like they were like painted or carved, or are they just
Carved.
magicked on? Oh fuck! So they've been here for a while.
Or something, yeah.
Can I tell how fresh the carvings are? I mean, they could have just
They-
carved them real fucking fast.
You'll have to get a little closer for that.
Oh, the bird!
As Lau gets closer, looking out at everything, you feel something kind of new as you look out at the runes.
Oh,
You're not sure where it's coming from, but the emotion, the deepest, most bile-filled anger you have ever experienced in your life rises out of your gut at the sight of these runes.
alright.
You can feel Laug bristle, and he feels fear for a moment. Not fear at the runes, fear from that anger that you are feeling.
Does it feel like it's coming from within Hildegard, or is it part of her, or is it like moving through her?
Hard to tell. It starts in your gut and it spreads through your body, like you feel yourself shaking involuntarily from it.
Resisting the urge to find a Molotov and burn the tree down. Gotcha.
Pretty much,
just
yeah.
Just barely. And just breathing heavily and hard. She's, the higher brain functions are working through the emotional burst, and she's, Laug, come back. We need to tell others.
He caws very quickly and flies over with no hesitation, looking at you with a lot of concern.
Just
Oh.
breathing hard and heavy as she turns and just almost stiffly walks back towards the cabin.
Mm-hmm. All right, so as you are doing that, we go over to Garm.
Yeah.
So, where exactly are you at this exact moment?
He stepped away from all the houses and just try to get a breath of fresh air, calm his mind in the cold, and looking up to the night sky.
All right. So you say the prayer that you sent, gazing up at the sky. The clouds begin to part a little bit.
Oh my god.
They were already a bit thin. Let me see here.
God, bullshit.
Dad, I'm being picked on. Come pick me up. This mean old lady's calling me names.
All right, just trying to find the appropriate music I had for him.
I am both excited and slightly terrified.
As you should be.
I was like, oh dear, this is how it goes.
That'll do. The skies part. The air is cold. For a moment, your blood grows colder. Your eyes close just involuntarily from a bite of the wind. And in another moment, when you open them again, you are no longer within the town. You are somewhere dark. Somewhere formless. Just the most distant motes of light in every direction.
Would you say the hairs on his neck are standing up?
Oh, yeah. There's just this intense feeling that things are watching you from every corner. This feeling of knowing, this feeling of confidence, of how easy a mark you could be, of how easily brought down and small you could be.
The universe is a dark forest.
You hear faintly the sounds of hooves. At once on stone, on snow, on grass, every sort of sound. You hear the baying and barking of hounds off in the distance. And then at once, rise, my hound.
Yeah, he's definitely standing up now.
You don't see anything. But that's kind of, you feel the point. Some of the starlight in the distance obscures for a moment, as though a veil is covering it. Thou hast lost their trail.
Yes.
I hunt something of a crafty nature.
Yes.
Thou cannot be blamed for such. Thou hunteth a deceiver. Thou hunteth one who lays tainted bait.
Beat.
Thou art placed within a snare.
Yes. A snare. And what would I do? Aside from gnawing off my own leg?
Thou cannot run. If I do that, and there is much ahead for you. A long trail and many marks that I have chosen. You must be keen of mind and body. Thou must know that at times the elk is the prey, and at times the elk is the predator. Thou must know when one must be one or the other. Thou must know that that bait does not choose to be tainted.
I do not understand.
You will. Trust in your instincts. Trust in your ability to track. Trust in the gifts I have given you.
Yes. Thank you, master of mine.
Take out their throats. And you are immediately back in the town.
Goddamn.
That synced up with the music far too well.
Yeah.
It's just sudden intake of breath. He's gonna head back inside, shivering, and it's not because of the fucking cold.
Not every
Oh,
day
good.
you call out to your God and your God answers.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
boy,
Gorm.
fuck him up.
Gorm, any updates?
Yeah, he comes in and he is noticeably
I'm-
more
I'm,
shaken
like,
than
behind
he is.
you. I'm like behind you. I saw you going as I was heading back.
Oh, when you like call his name, he actually startles a little,
Oh.
which is not typical.
Unusual.
Yeah, it's not typical behavior.
It's me, Gorm.
Yes. Yes, I see that.
What? What happened?
Yeah. Nothing. It's nothing to be concerned of, at least. I must make sense of what I've been told.
Told? What were you told?
I've been told to hunt.
What?
And he just turns around without elaborating and
Right.
keeps
Oh,
going
I-
inside.
Nothing can be straightforward, I guess.
I guess now would be the point Hildegard returns.
You'd all be coming
Yeah.
in at this point, yeah.
If the door's not open, she fucking kicks it open, which she has a weak ass kick, so it doesn't really have the emphasis.
I want you to roll
We just
an
hear a-
athletics to see if you can.
Yes,
just
that's
hear it
that's
stop
perfect.
and
Yes.
just- Ow.
Yeah, she's
Bounces.
used to being more brick shit. She's not brick shit house.
No, you are not.
Wait,
It's the opposite wall,
It's-
bounces back. and
It's
slams.
exactly that. Just boom. Damn it. From the other side of the wall for everybody.
Opens the door.
That's why you
Just-
take thaumaturgy to make it look like you're just super strong.
she actually storms past you, like full on like angsty teenager stomp.
All right.
When she like reaches the room where everyone else is, she just glares almost as loud perched on his shoulders, glaring with her. And she goes, "This entire town is ringed with those damn trees. The ones that the witch sticked on us. You know,
Wait,
the
seriously,
swung back.
they're all...
Not all of them, but there's a ring of them all around the town, carved in runes. So I think this was premeditated a good while ago."
Herded into a trap indeed.
Was she after us? Or
Us, the town, whatever. It's an entire grab bag.
why would she want the town? Just...
If you're working in dark magic, you need sacrifices.
But it's the hag. If she wanted to, I don't know if this town would stop her.
I
Why
don't
the
think
pretense?
I don't think they're going to leave anyone in this town.
No. If the hag wanted the people here, and no offense, but I don't think that this town could stop her even altogether.
Hags do not work that way.
I also don't think this one's sane, if you can consider a hag sane.
Anaphora is shaking her head, and she's like, hags don't work that way.
What?
They don't care if they destroy the entire town all at once. They care for the suffering they cause as they make it destroy itself.
By proposing this ultimatum, that's exactly what she wants. People turning against each other.
She has an army in case we try to flee. Ready to
What?
grab us.
Why?
Because she's a right bitch.
But if she wanted to make the town suffer, she could have done that any time before now.
But everything's in place now. There's us. There's her. There's bodies. Look, I didn't study magic really, but this just smells of everything getting into place.
Where was this tree?
They're circling the entire town. I can show you the I can pick them out. Just
Point me to one.
all right. She'll just take Anaphora to the edge of the woods and point one of the trees out, keeping like a good distance away.
I want to do something really stupid.
Awesome.
Also, next time the group is all together in one place for longer than 10 minutes, I will cast telepathic bond. I just need everyone to sit still.
Sorry.
Anaphora's
Wait, I
about to
need
do
to-
something
oh.
dumb, so she doesn't want you to know.
I'm gonna go up to Esther and search and like shake her.
Okay. No
Like-
response. Just body kind of ragdolls.
Can I investigate her and see if she's not actually Esther? Like, can I like try and like? I would like to try and figure out if she's shapeshifted, if I can, because like
Did everyone prepare Moonbeam? That's a way.
No. You know what I mean, maybe? Am I making sense?
I know what
Okay.
you mean. Just, I mean, you can try and roll an Arcana roll on that. That's
Well, I mean, like investigate, like physically inspect her, even if I have to.
you didn't. It's not like you got a great look at her before. You're one of the probably the only person in the group that got a decent look at her before everything went
Yeah,
down.
and I talked. Yeah, I even talked to her a little bit.
Oh, also, Hildegard, remember that your armor, I cast mage armor on you, so yours is boosted.
That's
That's
still
about it.
there for several hours. Yes.
Yeah, I
Lasts
still
for 8
have it.
hours.
I still have it listed.
Okay. I just remembered because I was looking at my spell slots. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just gonna look over her whole body, just for anything that's besides her arm, or like that what we already know that's off. Is that right, Evie?
Mm-hmm. You can look. You can roll. 16.
16.
I mean, you're not entirely sure what to look for, and I mean,
Yeah.
are you just looking over cursory, or are you like getting invasive?
I'm not like going to go. I'm gonna like check pockets and stuff, or like pat her down. Not gonna like get invasive, but I'm not being subtle either.
Okay.
What is it you're doing?
Looking. That's all I'm fucking good at.
There may be merit in it.
If I fucking find anything.
You can't find anything that seems out of the ordinary on her.
Fuck.
It was.
Nothing.
I was
All right.
told that we had been
Who
snared.
told you?
I communed with Gortog.
What did it say?
Said that we had been snared with poisoned bait.
We can clearly. But what? So as far as we know, the why is purely so she could make this town suffer and make us suffer at the same time.
She knows we are
Oh,
hunting her.
kind of like, as he's just kind of off to the side, he goes, "Wait, Hildegard said that hags are powered by suffering, yes?"
Anaphora is the one who made that point, but
Anaphora,
yes.
Anaphora, right.
That's just anaphora.
I don't know why we keep mixing up their names.
That's just
They're
anaphora.
long and multiple
Making-
syllables.
Making an educated guess, by the way. She doesn't know that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, the girl with trauma and the other girl with trauma.
You go, I mean, he's still
What about the
thinking
other
about
girl's
it.
trauma?
That's because, I mean, if that's true about their magic being fueled by suffering and pain, sacrificing an entire village by driving them to hate each other, and motions to the missing arm. She's got her catalyst. That would be a very potent fuel source for a ritual, would it not? And if this village is ringed in, that could be the outer limits of a ritual circle.
I do not like this.
All right.
Yes,
So with
uh,
that,
They were
we're going to cut
Oh.
back outside real quick to Anaphora and Hildegard at the edge of the trees. What is this stupid thing you're going to do? We'll get back to you three in a moment.
I'm just assuming that the hag can hear me through these ruins. She doesn't know that for sure. How close do I get before I start getting angry?
You don't feel any anger as you get closer unless, like, you've got something else going on. That unnatural anger that Hildegard felt does not happen with you.
That's interesting. She's gonna get really close. How close does the tree allow me to get, is the question.
It does not move. There's no sign of animation or activity. In fact, you don't have dark vision, so unless you have a light source going, you wouldn't even really be able to see anything distinguishing on the tree that Hildegard pointed out.
She's gonna glance back at Hildegard and see if she's not in earshot.
She's close.
So would you say you're like within 5 feet of the tree? Or more like 10 or 20 feet?
As close as she feels comfortable, so maybe like 10 feet.
10 feet, okay.
Hildegard's probably like a good 15 to 20 out from Anaphora then.
Can you hear me through that? Which...
No response. Just the wind.
I can tell you've rung a fine trap here. You must want something either from us or from the town itself. Lovely job. But I also know that sacrifices work better sometimes when they're willing. Come get me, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
And then she won't move.
Imagining you T-posing in front of this tree.
Yeah. That's where my mind went to.
Were we close enough to hear, or were you like
I was
whispering?
trying not to let you hear what I'm saying.
May I roll to see if I can overhear that?
Yeah, I'd say you could roll a perception. DC will be a little high because it is windy, but
No problem. I'm also knocked down a bit because I'm missing Rogue, and he boosts my perception a
You're
bit.
also angry as fuck.
that's cooled off a little bit, but it is there.
Oh, okay. Good roll says fuck you.
I'm gonna need you to roll.
Stealth?
The deception.
Stealth.
Nope.
It carries in the wind. Hildegard, you hear it clear as day.
Oh god. So, hearing that, she gets angry for just completely organic reasons. She's going to move up, and she's basically going to grab the back of your collar and try and drag you back away.
So as you do that, you hear shouting
Oh no.
and the sound of trees cracking on the other side of the town. Loud cracking.
She's gonna turn and look at the tree and go, "Alright, I'll come to you." And she's gonna march right past Hildegard without looking at her. She's gonna
You
whisper
hear
as
shouting.
she goes. Go ahead.
So you hear shouting from the townsfolk as they're running forward, and you hear something howl.
Do we hear this in the house?
Every one of you could hear the shouting and everything. Helene immediately dashes over to the window, just, oh God, what's going on now? Did someone try to leave?
Might be our
Garth was
hunt boys.
definitely on his feet.
I
Mhm.
just got
Out the
back.
door.
What happened?
There's howls and noises from the other side of town.
Oh boy.
And the sounds of cracking trees.
I just stepped away for a minute to go grab some chocolate raisins, and I come back to someone over.
Hildegard hag-baited.
You mean Anna
You did it! You did it
You
this time.
started this.
Why? Why is these two names so hard?
Oh,
What is
Matt.
that?
Oh, shoot. I don't have tokens for them. All right, so we'll just
fucking
use some of the hunter tokens for them. Boop.
Good
You
idea. Before we go out, I'm gonna grab Garm. Actually, no, everyone's gonna be running in that direction. Never mind.
Yep, you all can choose to respond to that how you choose. So
Yeah.
Ogman's home. Those coming from there will be coming from down in the southwest corner. Yeah, I was actually about to say Anaphora, you'd be coming from that way over there to
Oh,
the
that
left
was a good
side.
guess.
Yep.
Vask would have paused long enough to look to Helena and be like, "Will you watch over her?"
Yes. Just be careful. I don't like the timing of this.
And
Neither do I.
Vask, in her head, just says as he's running out the door, he goes, "If you're in trouble, just think really hard."
Okay. As you leave her behind out there. And you see, as you make your way into the
10 minutes, I have
clearing,
telepathic connection with her.
illuminating by torchlight at the edge of town, standing next to a freshly fallen tree, It's what I can only describe as a giant made of briar and bone.
Ugh.
I recognize that art.
Yeah.
You do?
That's from Steinhardt's.
Oh, fuck me.
It is standing dead still at the very edge behind just the first of the trees.
Could I have grabbed Esther's jacket on the way out?
Sure, if you wish.
Yeah. As we're going, I'm gonna grab Garm. Garm.
He was already out the door when he heard all the howling and shit.
Oh, you're
Everybody's
gone.
out now.
Fuck it.
I
then
was in the
actually,
house with.
Would be chasing after.
Yeah, I was at the house.
Everybody's there now. We can establish that.
Never mind then.
see-
No time.
You see men, they have axes, they have spears, torches. They are just standing a few feet away at the other side of the tree line, just looking at this thing. And it is not moving.
What in the world is that? Well, I'm gonna.
I almost asked if Anaphora still had detect magic up, but I was like, wait, no, that was Hildegard. Anaphora used dispel magic.
I'm gonna
Uh,
get here.
even if I do, it's still way out of range.
What's going on?
See for your fucking self, Ogman says, being one of the men among them.
No. Did it just show up?
Broke through a few trees to get over here. Sounds like it was close by. I've never seen anything fucking like this.
Which one's Ogman?
The one right next to you.
Okay.
Does this
We
look
will
like anything
flag.
you would recognize?
I mean, it looks elemental in many ways. It is about 12 feet tall, appears to have the skull of a deer, and just appears to have a body made out of thorns and briars and sharp branches.
It's not dissimilar to the Woodwoes, but with more
Looks a
organic
lot
roots.
bigger.
I mean, like, makeup-wise, it's like Woodwoes plus bones.
Yeah.
If detect magic's still on, do I recognize or do I see any runes on this thing's body?
There are runes,
Are
specifically right around where the heart would be.
they similar to the ones on the tree?
Bigger.
Gonna look at everyone? Well, someone has to.
Oh my god.
Get
easy.
ready.
She's gonna look right at
Hold
it
on.
as she walks up there.
Hold on, what are you doing?
She's not gonna look at you at all. She's gonna look right at the thing in front of her and she's gonna go,
So, as the
well,
girls go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
she's gonna just say, well.
What do you mean, well? You hear one of the villagers shout.
It's here for something, isn't it? The deal
Slowly.
was for the morning, wasn't it?
Slowly but surely, one hand rises up. Palm outstretched, fingers slightly curled. Mm-hmm.
Bask's hand is hovering like right over Garm. He's waiting to cast something.
And I am holding my action to shove Anaphora away if something shoots at her.
Just reaches forward. Looks like it's trying. So it's
trying to go-
hesitating.
Looks towards the house. And then looks back. Is that like where its hand is pointing at? Towards
Just
Ogman's house?
Pointing. It's actually pointing towards the two of you.
Oh.
You, with your dark vision, can especially see this clearly. It looks like it's shaking a little bit. And Hildegard at the Detect Magic, the rune on the chest is glowing very brightly.
Isn't brighter than it was before.
Yep.
She's gonna then she's gonna shout, "It's readying magic!"
Everyone get back.
It holds this position for considerable amount of time.
Well, if I'm just gonna stand there for a while, I'm gonna fucking walk up to it.
As you get that close,
Yep.
it steps away from you.
What?
And the other arm, one of them, the one that was outstretched, raises up as though to strike.
Okay.
The other one clutches at the chest.
Oh!
Right where that rune is, Hildegard. And it is grasping
It's-
into it as hard as it can.
Oh, it must be
Is
the
it-
other hand!
Yeah.
Does it look like
Miriam.
it's trying to wrench the rune off?
It certainly looks like it, but something's stopping it.
She's gonna mention that it looks like it's trying to wrench the rune off.
What?
Is it being controlled?
Which
Uh,
Head
hand?
immediately vaults right towards you, Hildegard.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. She's going to move over here. And does
Um,
she remember the language that the hag spoke? Right? No,
Not a
the
language.
language didn't seem any dissimilar. She's gonna then ask it. Would you like us to help you remove that rune?
As you open your mouth, or everyone else, you don't realize. You see, looking over, Laug's mouth is open as well as she speaks, just holding open. And that
Oh.
same hissing, raspy language the crone spoke back there at the dragon's corpse comes out of Hildegard's mouth.
Oh.
Fun.
Glance cautiously at the villagers, see how they react to that.
I'm going to get
They
some
are
things.
not exactly thrilled. What's going on with this? What is
Oh,
this?
They can eat a bag of dicks.
Yep.
It just says, nod if you would like me to help you with the rune.
Head starts to move, but looks like it's having trouble.
Okay. With my, do I know enough about runes to say if I just like gouged it with a dagger, would that break the rune, or would I need like a magical means to?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you get the distinct feeling that probably would not work.
Would
Well, I know
Vask have
if-
any idea about finding monsters like this?
I'd say Arcana with disadvantage because this is not a commonly taught school of magic.
Yeah, but he has esoteric interests. But let's see. Oh, disadvantage.
This-
It's still good.
Still good.
16, okay. So, you don't know too much about the magic of crones and witches, but runes are a common feature of it. Destroying the rune itself is rarely enough. It's more than a physical brand. Damaging it can often have very disastrous consequences.
So Vask will say out loud, like, careful, they usually have to be dispelled rather than destroyed, otherwise they'll react violently.
Would dispel magic work?
Well, if we do that, we could just. It might just not work and unleash this thing's rage or whatever the fuck.
Do you think you can
Yes.
do it, Hildegard?
I do not know how to dispel magic anymore.
Then I will try, if that is our plan.
But she's going to look up to it and says, "We are going to try and dispel the rune. Please resist attacking us."
I guess I'll try and help.
Anaphor is going to turn and
I'll-
look at the closest person.
Mhm.
She goes, "You might want to back up and get ready." And
You're
she's got
insane.
the background of Heart of Darkness, so she's. Though they might fear you,
Same.
commoners will extend you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you.
So does Vask.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
gonna
They step back
I
a little
will-
closer to their homes.
the arm that was looking like it was ready to strike me.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to grapple, mostly with that one.
All right, so something happens first.
Ah, fuck. All right.
Vask sidesteps to hide behind Garm.
Well, thank
As you step past that tree and get closer,
Oh,
it animates. Starts sprouting arms and legs, turns. But before it can strike,
You got kited.
the briar thing lurches forward and just starts to destroy the woad with a
oh.
lot of pent-up rage.
Cathartic. Fuck that thing.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
I'm going. She looks at the thing. I'm going to try and help hold you still while she gets rid of the rune.
She's gonna come up, walk up
All
to it,
right.
go, "Try not to fight."
Still shaking, looks over at you, looking closely. There are no visible eyes, just the hollow holes of the deer's skull atop the head. But it is looking at you with them.
All right, I'm going to make the attempt.
Okay, I only have a 4th level to do this with, so I hope that's enough.
Let's see. Does that give me advantage, or does that just let me do it?
At 4th level. Unfortunately, it's the last high level spell I've got.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Hildegard,
Yeah,
the rune begins to recede.
it's fading.
But as you do see that, the body starts to crack
Oh.
Step back.
and begins
we
to
should probably
wilt.
Oh no.
It may have just wanted freedom from this.
And as the dispel magic goes, because this cannot be undone, it looks at you for a moment and falls backwards and falls still.
Oops.
Well, I asked for it.
Villagers are immediately going to start running off. You'll have to alert people as to what just transpired.
Just watch me touch something and it died. Great.
We
I don't
talked-
know if that was such a good idea.
Well, it asked for it, and it was
Did
a
it?
rune of the. Yes.
Well, you were speaking like a crone yourself.
She turns to look at you and goes, "What do you mean?"
When you were speaking, you sounded like a crone.
No, I didn't. It was just.
Yes, you did.
Your bird.
Look at Laug.
Slowly looks over at you.
Was that something you did, or?
Slowly shakes the head.
Yes or no?
Shakes the head no.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
We all heard it, and we all heard it.
Well, sometimes Laug speaks to other birds. I don't know.
I don't know. It might. I don't know if that was what it wanted.
It seemed to be
It wanted
struggling.
to
It seemed to be struggling and wanting to remove the rune. So we removed
spell
it.
magic that turns off all of the magic, including what was ever was animating it.
Anaphora's gonna look over at you and go, "What was animating it was a hag."
But clearly there was two. It was of two minds.
No.
Maybe it was. What
It
was the
was
name
being
of the other hag?
Miriam.
Maybe
Yeah.
it might have been Miriam. This might have been Miriam's creature who was co-opted by the other.
If it was, do you think Miriam would have wanted it to keep continuing this way?
I don't.
Regardless,
Maybe we need answers.
Who said that?
Who said that?
She turns and looks. Well, there's Sleeping Beauty.
Oh,
Leaning
That's
against the
good.
doorway, slumped over a little bit, looking somewhat exhausted, you see the figure of Esther.
God
Yeah.
fucking damn it!
she woke up.
Telepathic speech to Helene is like, Helene, are you alive?
Yes. She just woke up and moved to the door.
It is weird
Gotta go.
timing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and just like help prop her up.
I'm fine. I think.
Clearly fucking not. Is she still missing an arm?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Vasquez, he kind of looks back and forth and goes, "You were inside that, weren't you?"
No. I've just been asleep. I heard what happened a little bit. I need answers.
So do we. What happened to you?
I'll explain.
Now.
No, not now. I don't have long.
Neither do we.
She
We were
reaches. If anyone tries to actually get in her way, she will try to push you aside.
Yeah, Vasquez trying to, but
outside.
she's
He
slippery.
reaches in, pulls out a locket, unclasps it. It's still there. Good. She
What are
leans
you
down,
doing?
bringing it back. She reaches down. It's not been long enough. She will revivify it.
Oh. Okay.
Isn't a revivication magic a big deal?
Yeah. But Esther, what is this? What is
We're about to find out. She places down her hand on the
Finding.
rapidly disintegrating husk of this thing. Something in her hand starts to glow. She places it upon it, and the husk of it withers away. And in its place, there she is. Okay. The unconscious body of Miriam.
fuck? Unconscious?
Yep. But alive.
Okay.
I have access to healing. Would that help?
If you wish.
I'm gonna spend, what's it, 5 points?
Sure.
Fuck is my sheet? Yeah. Yeah, he's
With
gonna do the
paladin
divine
triage.
touch.
You got the sorry.
All right, so
Paladin triage.
Esther stands back up, just sweat beating up on her forehead a little bit. As you heal, the body stirs. Not like full-on alert animation, but you can hear breathing and groaning.
Can we get some kind of information where
Not out here. Not where she can hear us.
Okay.
Arm is
Pick up-
very
pick up Miriam.
gently gonna pick up Miriam.
Oh, okay.
We,
Yep.
we
Now
can do it
we'll-
together.
I mean, there's 2 of us and there's 2 injured people, so
Yeah.
loop arm underneath Esther.
All right. So you head back inside of Ogman's home.
Yeah.
This is the little logging town south of the college, isn't it?
The bull
Yes.
barrel, yes.
Oh,
Now a trap.
I was afraid
Oh.
of that.
Esther.
Yeah,
I am a friend of Sam.
I remember you.
What?
I remember you. You know Sam.
How do you remember me?
We met.
We didn't meet.
No, we did in the root cellar. You were there before everything
We're in
happened.
the root cellar. Okay. Forgot I saw you in the root cellar. That's on me.
Jeez, I'm saying just slumps down into a chair nearby. Doesn't seem particularly shaken about the missing arm.
Yeah.
He's contacted Ruben, and Sam is on his way, whoever Sam is. But
He is
the
now
Reich
alive.
is surrounding the college.
Oh, that's
Potentially looking for you.
that's
Or raging
wonderful.
because of you.
That's wonderful.
What happened, Esther?
I will tell you what I know. And then I hope you can tell me what you know and we can put something together.
Well, I intend to. Is Ogman in here, or?
Ogman's still out. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, that's a good point. I'd say after that he would have come back inside.
Yeah.
Seen that, just, oh no, you're awake.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is gonna get
No,
tricky
this-
really fast.
this might be good, Ogman. She's going to tell us what happened. We can.
I'd very much like
Maybe.
to know that. That hag is going to burn this village down come morning if we don't hand you over. I see, Esther says, just kind of looking down.
We are doing our best, Esther.
The town is ringed with ruined trees.
Hag magic. That's how they, as far as I'm aware.
We brought
Did the-
Miriam inside, right?
Yeah, she's in there
Yeah.
with you.
Did that corrupted hag turn Miriam into whatever that was?
She likely defied her coven to come here, and that was her punishment,
Oh,
if I had to guess. Don't think you're going to be getting many answers out of her right now.
at least she's not dead. We know she's not against us.
She's
Thankfully.
a
This is-
huntress.
This is the one I mentioned we talked to, Ogman.
So there is
Excuse
dissent
me.
among them.
Yes. The rest of the coven does not want them, does not wish to go against the corrupted hag. But she is still a hag, so they do not want to go. They do not want to do anything, even if they are not with her.
Sorry for the puppies howling in the background.
It's okay.
Not really.
Yeah,
that
They have-
Atmospheric.
They have dogs in the town. It's fine.
yeah.
Just, I
Some good boo boo boys.
I'm sorry.
cute.
It's fine.
It's adorable.
All right. Honestly,
You can tell when the basset joins in.
oh, I used to have a
It's
bath.
okay.
It's a hound. Okay. So, suppose you were all sent by Reuben to come find me then. I remember all of you from the square
Well,
when those
both of
cat
us.
things appeared.
I was not there for that incident.
The rest of you
Yes.
then.
We came to find you.
I can see why he would, especially with the Reich sniffing around.
Do I know how Ogman feels about the Reich?
No, you don't have any real opinion on that.
Oh, great.
I As far as what's actually happening now, I don't have much in the way of answers. And I'm sorry if you came looking for them. This isn't the first time I've been targeted by things that I didn't completely understand, and this isn't the first time I've come face to face with death over it. All I know is that that day Sam was coming, he was going to tell me something important. He shared a lot of things. Then looks over at Anaphora. You were the one carrying the box that had those things in it.
I was supposed to deliver it on the behalf of who sent it.
Nern, like the voice cracks. Nern was being replaced. He was
Like by
he
a
was
changeling.
replaced. No, by an ooze.
Never heard of anything like that.
Kind of squint at Nat at that.
As long as I can remember, something has been protecting me. I've never spoken with it. I'm not even aware of what it is. But it's angry. It's violent. It wants nothing to know where I am at any given point. Anyone tries to divine my location, they just are met with anger and screams.
I noticed.
I'm sorry.
No,
I have no
it's
control over that.
understandable.
That's why we came here after after our last little misadventure.
Assume the screaming was the hag trying to shield you from us. But that
I
is
don't know.
something.
The hag, I slipped her grasp. She's tried to get to me twice in the last 2 days. She's found me, and the first time she looks over at her arm, managed to get away. Second time, she tried to attack my mind, got repelled. And then she sent this big worm thing after me that was under her thrall. I realized.
Hunter's kid.
I see. Now I realize what she was doing. She doesn't know how to get past whatever's protecting me, but there is one weakness it has. If I tell it something is safe, if I tell it that it has to listen to me, it will. That's...
So it wants you to give up.
It wants me to surrender. And it's just put me in the prime position to do it.
Of course.
I'd like to insight her to see how truthful she's being.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have a shit insight, but it just like
I will-
the timing of her waking up is kind of sus to Hildy. So I would like to try an insight.
Oh.
I have a shitty
nice.
insight, but
Oh my god.
Shit stats mean nothing to good rolls.
That works.
Yeah.
I'm not even using detect thoughts yet. Yet.
You get the distinct feeling she's not lying to you.
Good,
I-
good.
Like, specifically, like looking for like, inconsistencies, lying, or like the feeling she's leaving something out.
She's definitely not revealing everything. She's intentionally trailing some thoughts off and moving on to other ones.
Okay. Just pay
Which is,
just,
you know,
yeah. I'm just gonna pay attention to that.
Oh. Okay, sorry, go on.
No, go.
There was something else. I needed text or DM something.
Okay. So, don't know how well she knows my story, but what exactly is after me here? I didn't even get a chance to get warned by Agvir when he rescued me.
Was that
He
the
rescued.
dragon?
Wait, the
Dragon.
dragon who took you into town.
Yes.
He was rescuing you?
Yes.
Why in the town?
Our
Is that not
assumption
where you'd
was
be safer?
It's not what he said. He said I was in danger as long as I was here. Agvir was a good friend that I've made while I've been up here in the last year. He
Esther.
I know he's dead. Last words were telling me to run.
I'm sorry.
He was curious about my condition and wanted to help.
Aww.
And then I don't know how he discovered it or what, but he swooped down and grabbed me out of the street, flew west as fast as he could. I think he was heading towards Braveland. Then something hit him. Knocked him out of the sky, something red.
Red.
He crashed down violently and threw me into a snowbank to break the fall. The last moment. He was strong. I was surprised. I got up and saw something just devouring him, enveloping him.
Is it
Was it-
also red?
It was the red, like the ooze.
Yeah,
pulls out the jar of it.
yes, exactly like that. So you've run into it.
We
We
killed
run
a
into
portion
it.
of it.
Yeah. We fought the spawn of it. It. She has to take a breath. It came to clean up what we found where Nern died.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Fists very tightly clenched.
You said something red. When you say something red, was it the ooze or something else?
Didn't get a
That
good
hit
look
him
at
out
what
of the
hit
sky.
him, just that it was red and it came from below. We were high up in the air, so I have no idea how. When I got down, he told me to run, and I did. This isn't the first time something's come after me, but nothing like this. Sam and I have been on the run well, Sam's been on the run a lot longer, but
How do you know Sam?
grew up together.
Oh.
From the same town, in Viscera. I didn't know a lot of things about him, but and then the Reich came trying to take me when I was a child. Burned the whole village down.
Price.
Fucking right.
They're here, and they're still after me. Which I was hoping was not the case. I was hoping they thought I was dead.
Well, they might think you're dead now.
If they're here, that means they know I'm not.
Yes, but they also know you were taken by a hag.
Yeah, and they're searching.
You don't
They left
understand.
ahead of us.
I don't know how they found out, but I suppose I might as well just come out and say it. I was dead for 3 years.
What? What?
Yeah,
Were you resurrected or was it spontaneous? Your return.
I was resurrected, yes. It was, just kind of fidgets her fingers together a little bit on their one hand. Fingering at the locket. Just, it was a changeling wearing Sam's face.
Oh.
So I'd always told it, whatever it is, that Sam was safe, and it knew that. And the next thing I knew, I woke up in a cave. Another friend standing over me brought me back. It had been 3 years, but my body was still growing. Like I was just sleeping.
What?
I don't know why.
We
I'm trying
found
to-
you like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. I have no explanation for it. That's why we came here, hoping that Hallow Hall College was probably the one place we could get answers for it. This isn't like other scions. I've met them. Good and bad.
And how many times have you returned from death?
I don't know if I died this past time or not, but at least just once. If this time was counted too, then twice.
Your pulse was still going,
Okay, then once.
but you were cold and unconscious, but you weren't dead.
That's good to know.
You seem so unfazed by your arm being gone.
Well, it's okay. I'll go find it when this is all over.
What?
That's not the first time you've had limbs removed.
Always had one that's removable, as long as I can remember. Father made it for me.
I don't understand.
It's made of metal. And arcane somehow. I don't know the full specifics. He never told me before he died.
It's a artificial arm?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
the first time the hag ran into me, she reached out and grabbed me, and it popped off.
Oh,
Used it as a cover to run.
You are
I'm not quite at full
fortunate.
power without it, but, you know.
So the hag, speaking of, she pursued you for 2 days through the woods.
Now, I think she was hurting me here when she realized she couldn't catch me the way she normally would.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
Esther,
Yeah. Yes.
I am purple. I can disguise myself as people. Maybe I could disguise myself as you. Lure her out.
She knows I'm missing an arm.
I could hide an arm. Just hide it under clothes.
Doubt that would work, but might be a good distraction.
At least, maybe bring her out of the wood to grab you herself, and then we jumped her.
The moment you
She has
attack her,
threatened to destroy this village if we do not surrender you. The townsfolk are still deliberating on their choice.
When you
there
were
isn't a
unconscious.
choice.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
When you were unconscious, I tried to speak into your mind, and it was like something. It was like hearing metal scream back. It wasn't you. It was something speaking
heard it.
through you.
I've never heard it speak before.
It wasn't speaking. It was raging.
What did you do?
And just
Oh.
in her head, he goes, he like, as he's doing this, is like, oh, this is gonna hurt. And he goes, in her head, he goes, I have certain gifts of my own.
I gathered as much, yes. You're clearly
I
a
think
mage.
she means what Anaphora did, but
Yeah, just looking at everyone like, what did you do to make the scream happen?
what did you two do while I was away, Anaphora?
I was meaning the scream inside.
Yeah, but she's asking what caused
It
it to
sounds
scream,
like-
essentially.
She just kind of goes quiet for a moment. Huh, you heard it.
Heard
How did you
something.
heard it?
That's interesting.
What is interesting in the horror?
I was afraid that the hag had put a curse on her, and she wouldn't wake up from it until it was dispelled.
A very educated guess, but that was just whatever's protecting me. If you dispelled it, you
Yes,
likely
I heard
hurt
it
him.
after
It or
the
whatever.
dispelling. I heard that screaming inside your head after the dispelling, because before it was like trying to communicate with the storm, lightning and all.
That sounds about accurate compared to what my friends have said.
Let me guess. Not related to that specifically, but that reviving thing you did is the only time you can do that.
It only works on something that's just passed. Bring something back before it slips away into the shadows.
He looks over to Miriam.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do to speed things along?
I don't know if she can. I don't know if she can say anything, Garm.
Or speed or a berry.
The Chowingas wanted you to have this.
Oh, yeah.
I do hate to say it,
Look.
but waking her up is our best chance to make sure that all of these plans we're making could work.
So would 10 minutes have gone by?
Yes.
Okay, so as Vasquez has been talking, he's been doing just somatic components, muttering under his breath, directly casting telepathic bond, which
You
8
finally
creatures.
got to do it.
So yeah, second time. So the 5 of us, and then Esther and Miriam also in the bond.
Okay.
And that's for the next hour.
All right.
You
Fast.
finally
Seven,
got
And everyone's head goes, okay, we can speak more subtly in here.
Damn it, Vask.
I gave you a warning, he says audibly and telepathically at the same time. It's a weird stereo effect.
You're doing
Oh,
that. I'm not paying attention.
That's impressive. Even my friend can't do this.
Who is your friend?
He's a furbolg. I mentioned him to you before.
Oh, alright. Where is he?
Where is he? So I never meet him.
Yeah.
That is not your average furbolg.
Yeah.
Sam was
Where is
gonna take me to him once the year here was over, and we didn't find any answers. They're in Daynor, south of here. Not the easiest place to get into, but we have friends there.
You wanted answers.
I have one question first. The Reich, are they being led by a flaming man?
A woman with a blindfold.
Visible sigh of relief and slumps a little bit. Oh, thank God. That would just make things worse.
Why? Who's the flaming man?
I think we'd been told about him. The
Yeah.
Super Scion.
He's one of
Right.
the
Yeah.
Gabral, one of the judges.
Narrows eyes.
And do not call him a scion. Do not call him anything. He is not human. He is a monster.
Mhm.
He is mortal. He can die.
He's died twice. He came back a week later to chase us again.
We will die again. Just means you need to find a way to make it stick.
Enough of
Seen
the
him be dissolved to nothing by a black dragon and fall out from hundreds of feet in the sky.
I repeat my statement. Just need to find a way that makes it stick.
The only way you're gonna do that is to kill the god that leads him.
Maybe I will.
I
Yes,
admire
sir.
your guts, but yes,
You wanted answers. You need to know as much as we do.
please.
That package was stamped,
Wait,
sent.
Wait.
Hmm?
Ogmund.
We're talking in our
That's why I
heads.
use.
This is telepathic.
Yeah,
Oh, we're in our heads now. Okay.
Yeah.
That package we traced to a laboratory belonging to Shem Orvatse, old colleague of Reuben. He was trying to ascend to godhood. And just when we found our changeling friend, that ooze came, conveniently destroyed all evidence. Do you think the witch is collaborating with someone?
That's the best guess I can come up with. Crones don't go into the college. They're not welcome there, and they wouldn't work without chemical equipment. They have their own ways. But you said you saw the crone over Agvir's body.
Yes.
they were doing some kind of ritual, and
Stripped him
by the
to the
time we
bone.
found it,
And that's the
That
only
wasn't-
possibility.
that's the thing. He wasn't flayed like, as if he was harvested by a butcher. He was shriveled and drained magically.
I have no other recourse than to believe that she's. I mean, when we briefly fought, she wields blood as a weapon. She's skilled. She knows blood magic. Dangerous, likely very old. I don't know what she wants with me.
Not to be,
I think she wants your connection to a god.
not to be, morbid about this. But what better way to figure out how to kill a godling than taking the blood of another godling?
Or how to become a god by taking something that's connected to a god.
And your power is unlike any other scion.
Better or worse. Yes.
This still does not answer what we can do now.
Oh, but it does. He just kind of stands up and, I'm not having another village burned down for me. It's happened
All right.
once. Please don't stand in my way.
Wait.
Do you suggest we take the fight to the hag?
Possible, yes. I don't know
told
where
you
she
my-
is.
Good.
You do?
If I let her take me, this town will be spared. Most likely.
It will it?
Most likely being the key word.
Yeah.
It's the most likely option. And I just have to have faith that whatever is shielding me will keep me safe long enough for.
No. No. We will give her something else, and she will come to take it, and then we will kill her.
I don't think it's going to be that simple.
She won't
We
send
have-
herself. She'll send some of her minions.
Well, then they'll carry me, and you can follow.
Second she sees through your deception, she'll drop you.
That's if she sees through it. This is still in our minds, right?
That's,
Yeah.
that's a question I wanted
Okay.
to ask Miriam when she wakes up, is how likely would that be to work? And how likely would it be when you were alone if she would just kill you?
She
I will
very
try.
likely could. Or, even more likely, she'll control you.
I'd like to see her fucking try.
She
Blood
controlled
magic.
that
Cough.
creature.
Anaphora winces with her eyes squinched shut the entirety of
Yeah.
the way, and very deliberately does not look over at Miriam.
I am not like Miriam. I am not like the creatures. My mind is mine.
Everyone thinks that until they don't have it anymore. But
Boss
but
nods.
I appreciate the fact that you're willing to stand up and fight for me, and if you are able to find her and put
I
her
am
in the
like
ground,
Sam.
Sam is on his way. We should at least wait for
Wait,
his.
can we with this mental thing? Can we do like one-on-one, or is it only in the group?
Let me check the wording.
Yeah, is it a group
Yeah,
DM?
hold on.
I mean,
it is
Miriam's
Yeah.
group
knocked out.
DM, yes.
Like Miriam's knocked out, and everybody else knows.
Yep. She's in it, so if she wakes up, who knows?
Yeah, she's not
I think
awake
you
yet. I don't want her to
can
hear.
do one-on-one.
Well, and I don't
It
want to
doesn't
out
say.
Sam. I don't want to out Sam to everyone else.
It doesn't say anything about people can, I mean, it
God,
doesn't say you
can I
can
do
or
that?
can't. So
I would say you don't know how to yourself
Okay,
through
okay.
telepathy.
And I don't say that. I just put it, because I put a hand out on her shoulder. Oh God. Oh God, how do I word this? Oh, I know. I tilt my head to the side a bit, and she should be able to see the markings on my neck.
Blinks knowingly for a moment. Oh. Mentally into your head.
Yeah. She will not know. Unless she physically checks for your missing arm, which I doubt she will do.
First thing she'll do, she's not stupid. Look. Just looks over at everyone. I appreciate that you're all trying to find the right answer here, but sometimes you are given
going
two
to-
bad choices.
I'm
I'm
not going
not-
to throw an innocent to a hag.
I'm
You
not.
can't make me.
I'm not some innocent maiden.
Didn't say you were a maiden. Look, two different things.
I'm choosing to do this. I've
And then
had an entire village full of everyone I knew and loved burned down. I watched my father be crushed by a burning mill. I do not want anyone to witness that, and I will not have someone else grow up like I have.
And we will not
I-
let it.
I would rather die than have that happen again. And maybe this time it'll stick and my power won't go to anybody.
Then why don't I kill you right now?
don't make me just through the link. It goes, don't make me calm everyone down again. We need to gather ourselves.
Well, if you want to just be gone and not have this go on anyone else, why don't you just die right now, and we give her your useless corpse? You do not want to die, do you, Esther?
No,
Then
I don't.
let us figure something else out.
How likely is it that she will check you over very well?
Moment she'll most likely go for my blood. I can guarantee you she'll know the difference.
No, not. That's
That
that's
still
not
requires
what I
her-
mean. That's not what I mean. Would she be checking you to see if you have any passengers?
Passengers?
Vask did say he could change somebody.
Possible, but I don't think that's a good idea. You will be alone, Sarat, and she will likely take you to where she is at her strongest. It wouldn't be noble or heroic, it'd be a death sentence.
Well, if she needs to take you, or her wood will do. Yes?
I don't know. Either
It may
way,
be difficult to follow you if those things are able to step between the trees as Miriam can, as they did the last time.
We
Conventional
really need
tracking
to,
may be out of the question.
we really need to speak to Miriam, and just
They're gonna
there's
go
a
over to Miriam?
momentary- okay.
Right, go ahead,
You say
Sarah.
that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Sarah first.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead.
No, you go first. Because I'm gonna be rough.
Well, there's a momentary like where Vash just goes, "Sorry, everybody," and then just shouting telepathically, "Miriam, wake the fuck up!" No, wait. Yeah, he was just directed to her, just because he's been psychically trying to wake her up, like, wake up, wake up.
Hey,
psychic-
listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
A psychic cold fish. All right.
Does she wake up?
Destroy it.
Hold on. There's a sharp intake of air
Oh.
as the witch bolts upright immediately, clutching at her chest.
Oh, finally. Good job,
Calm
boss.
yourself. And it's not sure if Vasquez saying that to Nat or her or both.
Mm-hmm. I made it. Good.
No, you didn't.
What do you
You
mean?
kind of died.
You died for a minute there.
You got better, though, Esther says. You're the child she's looking for.
So, you were some kind of bone tree deer skull something.
Yes, Miriam just collects herself. She's just kind of rocking back and forth. I broke the rules one too many times. I tried to persuade them all, but they're all too scared. All the sisters, Petru is the oldest of us. She's they're afraid of going up against her word, but even if they disagree with it, they think she's becoming too radical. They think she's convinced, looks over at Esther, that you are some kind of sign of the end times. Or something like it.
So she's a fucking villain.
Not even that. She believes that you're a poison, something that wasn't meant to be born.
Oh, fuck off.
Lance at Garm. What was it your patron said?
Poisoned bait.
We know what that means. It was bringing all of it here.
Miriam,
I
do apologize.
This compulsion your coven had over you, would it have been broken with your death?
Can you speak to us now?
Yes, I believe so.
Alright, then what the fuck do we do?
I know what we need to do. We find the hag and we kill it.
She can be anywhere in these woods at any given moment. But
We need
And we
her.
make her come to
What?
us.
But
I think I don't know what her aim is, but it is very likely to kill you. Looking over at Esther. I don't know why. She's fixated on it. For the last year, she's just been becoming more withdrawn. She used to be so warm, so loving, so wise. A seed of fear grew in her.
maybe it was that red smile that got to her as well.
I don't know anything about that. I've not seen her do anything with that. But maybe It's possible. Don't.
Is there any
I've been
way?
trying to get.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I've been trying to reach out to her and provide a listening ear, tell her that I wanted to know what was bothering her, but she just would push me away. Then she just went off on her own, and all this started happening. And now you say she's threatened violence upon this town. That she will have made enemies with everything in this valley. She killed the dragon.
We do have a dragon coming, by the way.
That dragon will very likely burn the Haggard Wayne to the ground. If it can.
That won't help.
Miriam.
No. Why?
Is there any way at all, if they know that we will help, that you could convince them that they are in more danger now from just being annihilated from her scheming?
Pertru has brought the wrath of the mountain down upon them.
Even if I could, I can't right now. Just kind of reaches up to around where the heart would be. I can't feel them. I think I've been cut off. Which means I'm stuck here, powerless, just like you. I
am
tried to
not
come here by
powerless.
will.
You mentioned the red thing, the slime. Do you know what that is?
No. I wasn't even aware of that until I saw what she did to the dragon.
What did she do to the dragon?
She pulled the blood out of its body.
Ugh.
Blood magic's something that we know, it's something that we're taught, but it's usually used for embalming, things like that, not to be used on the living. That is
Great.
that is a
Just blood
taboo.
powder.
That is a taboo of the highest order. That is an affront to the Earth Mother.
This lab, the sorry, what was the mansion's name? The Ortivs or Orvits?
Orbots.
Shem
Orvots.
Orvots.
In the lab underneath the Orvots Manor, saying that, looking directly at Miriam, we found evidence that they were experimenting using blood of potent magical beings to create things. And glancing at Esther, the things that attacked us in the square were created using those techniques. Our assumption is that whoever was going after you is attempting to create something using scion blood, the same way they created this ooze, shakes the jar, used the dragon blood to create this.
When did you encounter the dragon blood, the creature?
The day
Yesterday?
after, yeah.
That's
And
not possible.
it was only a portion that attacked us because we tracked where it appeared and it was small and then gathered up snow and water to make itself massive.
So it's not, it gathered mass.
It was like a droplet that became a flood.
Clearly dropped off by something or someone.
The towns are warded well. If Petru had gone into them, Reuben would have been aware of it.
Wasn't I don't know if it was Petra.
Petra's
but
working with
someone
someone.
might have
Yes.
supplied the red smile with dragon blood.
And it
When
is-
Nern died, I looked into his mind, trying to pull what I could, and the last thing that passed through his mind was a red smile. Something cruel.
I don't know anything about that. You said, wait, Orvots.
Yes.
Yes, we've already spoken to Reuben about that sordid history. And actually, I have a question I need to talk to you about later after that, but that can wait.
Just to remind you, she doesn't know that Ruben fucked it up.
Oh,
Yep.
then I probably wouldn't have said that. Well, just when I said that,
No.
Ruben mentioned.
Knowing that we know is fine. She just doesn't know that Ruben fucked it up.
Yeah, no, well, he didn't say Ruben fucked it up, just that
No, I know.
Ruben
That was just
told
me.
us what happened.
Yeah, that would just be
Okay.
above game reminding that.
Okay. Yeah, he just says that Ruben told us what happened
Yeah,
under the manor.
some friend was trying to ascend to
So
godhood.
Ruben thinks it's someone using Shem's research.
That
There's
is
some
the
reason
most-
to
believe that.
Tame theory, yes.
Or at least trying to incorporate his research into something new. Maybe because perhaps his experiment failed because he didn't already have the schematic of divinity through, well,
If it's
Bunch of something
any
in her
of
blood.
Shem's real work survived, it's going to be inside of his hidden lab.
oh,
Yes.
this pulls out the lockbox.
No, not that.
If
And
you
she
have a
reaches
key,
in
don't
and
you?
pulls. She procures the small metal ornament from a pocket that it looks like half of a crescent shape. You're going to need this.
Pulls out a hand to take it.
No. See, I'll take it myself.
We had been told you bore the second key.
Well, that's two halves of one.
Yes,
But
Ruben
Yes.
possesses the other.
But
I'm
that is
looking
something we
forward to
cannot deal with that right now. We need
Yes,
to deal
there's
with this.
a much more pressing matter. I want to believe that Petru is lost and afraid, and that there's some way to bring her back. I really want to, but if there isn't, then I'm going to have to say goodbye to a mother. Mother
I'm
I've had
sorry.
70 years together with.
I am sorry that you will lose someone that close to you. But I don't know. I think she is too far gone. Look at what she is doing.
You have spent 70 years with her. And though she has grown distant, I assume you would know her well.
I would.
Her tactics, where she feels safe.
That would be within the Hagrid Wayne, but even she... Our magic can't travel between vast expanses of no trees. She will be within this forest.
Where would she be in this forest?
A place of power, perhaps.
Esther speaks up for a moment. You'd need a lot of power to try and break through whatever's blocking me. But
Is there any way we could, rather than attacking the beast in its den, motioning to Garm goes, maybe we can lure this beast out? You are the perfect bait. You are the traitor and the prize.
Is there any way we could trap her as she comes to get...
maybe. Let me look. Checking Esther's spell list real quick. Maybe.
What do you have?
I'm not sure if that would actually work, but
Don't keep us in the dark. What do you have, Esther?
it's more just the hair on her head lights up for a moment.
Oh.
and you see just these faint, very shimmering wings that have kind of an iridescent quality to them. I mean, I can make myself appear, but I also have a spell that a friend of mine, my Furbolg friend, taught me. If I'm able, I could write a message in the stars.
Alright, but what will that do?
I can tell you where I am. Maybe even make a picture, I don't know.
I don't.
The stars, you say?
Aye.
I would be able to follow that.
I don't have a perfect answer, and I'm sorry.
But going to where she's hidden up will just bring us into her house.
We may not have a choice in the matter. She's
You're-
not
Really?
dumb.
Will she come herself to take Esther, or will she rely on her woodloads?
I don't know. Could be either way. Knowing her, how I know her, she would not be averse to coming herself, but doubt there's much you could do to stop her.
What if she does not know she is getting Esther?
She
Isn't
won't
getting
come and...
Esther. What if she is? How is she at seeing through illusions?
She's a master at it.
I'm
Even-
sorry, Nut, but I don't think we're going to be able to convince her that you are her.
It is admirable that you're trying so hard to do this, but... I've made my choice. I'll send a message however I can.
No. You will not.
You're going to have
What
to
do
stop
you
me.
intend to do? Stop her?
Maybe.
And watch this village burn to the ground?
No.
She is offering us a solution. I trust her ability, and I trust in ours. We at least have a plan this way. Let
And then
us
she
take
just
it.
burns the village down anyway?
Not if she's going to be focusing on taking me apart.
Precisely.
It's going to take a lot of work based on what I've seen. If Reuben couldn't do it, I doubt a master hag can do it quickly either. And maybe this is the first chance I'll actually have at getting some answers from all of this. I've not tried consulting darker arts before.
We are not abandoning her to her fate. We are making this our advantage.
Alright, assuming we let her go. And she sets off a signal in the sky to tell us where she is. What's to stop the hag from just picking her up and going somewhere else?
Hopefully her attention will be devoted entirely to dissecting her.
Gabral could not break through my wards. And I've seen him destroy a castle. He is backed by Ionar himself. And he couldn't do it.
That means we have a window.
But
Going to take
again, we see your message. She will see your message.
Raven?
If she's not devoted entirely.
Maybe.
Raven, were you going to say something?
I was gonna say, Hildegard's. To speak of, could she notice something small following you?
She's likely going to try and restrain me with everything she has because she's afraid of what'll happen. So maybe not?
She's going to look over to Laug. Something like him?
Maybe.
May not. He may not be able to follow her completely, but at least it is a backup in case you're unable to send a message through the stars, or if he gets lost.
Her obsession may blind her. If she has truly become as mad as you say.
Lovely choice of words there.
So be it then. If Sam gets here before you all leave, just tell him I ran as far as I could.
We will tell Sam what we intend to do. And I have no doubt that Sam will come with us.
You might need his help.
I don't disagree. I don't know how he seems fairly capable.
Oh, he's killed Gabral one-on-one before.
Then
Then-
he is very capable.
Of course, then he came back, but you know. This is... Good luck. Tell the villagers that they don't have to worry anymore. And she just looks at Ogmund, and who's just been standing there in the back just watching you all stare at each other for the last several minutes.
Which again has to be
Thank
creepy
you.
as hell.
What's going on? Where's she going?
Yeah, so-
And she steps outside.
She is going to the hag,
Oh.
and we are going to attempt to follow and jump to the hag.
Where's you looking at? We'll
It will-
keep an eye open just in case she decides to still treat us as a backup plan. If she sends walking trees after us, well, we're woodcutters.
I'm
Please
sorry. I'm sorry for bringing this to your door.
You didn't intend to, Nat. It is what it is.
Doesn't matter what I intended. This is what happened.
There are rarely
Well-
enough
I don't-
answers to this sort of thing.
I don't plan to let the girl die.
None of us want that.
I will die before she does if I have anything to say about it.
Has Esther already left?
Yeah, she went out the door like as soon as she said thank you, so she's already, if you look out the window, she's just a few feet from the tree line. She's running.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Helga's gonna open the door and do a quick whisper to Lug. Come back to me, please. Be careful. I can't lose both of you. And then- She's gonna send him out after her.
And you hear in your head just, it was spoiled them, my sweet. And
Wait, what?
Lau takes off.
Sounds like the same thing the crow whispered her last time.
Can you run that by me again? I think I caught half of it.
I will spoil them, my sweet.
That was a fun noise you just made, Raven.
Nat will wait a second. Then she will wait for Hildegard to come back in,
Mhm.
and she will go out and slam the door behind her.
If we are going into battle against a hag, we meant to sleep for tonight.
Yes.
We must be at our full strength. And I must be
I'm going-
kept for a sign.
Can I try to intuit how long it would take Sam to get here?
If he's moving at full speed, I mean, it took you guys just walking at a decent pace until nightfall from early morning.
Yeah,
He might be moving pretty quick, though.
He's got his teleporting. So, he might be here by the morning, right?
Potentially.
Alright, I'm not going to sleep.
Your choice.
Esther will hear through the, it says, this will only last an hour.
Right then. I'm in the woods. Just a matter of time before the sound gets cut off.
Oh,
Didn't take long at all.
Well, actually, I don't know if we're gonna be able to sleep. It might go a bit quicker. A bit quick.
Mhm.
And now, sorry, to Miriam, Vasquez gonna go. In betraying your coven, did you lose your spells? Would we be able to walk through the trees like you did before to bring us to her or nearby?
I don't think I can do that now, no.
Unfortunately.
All right,
So
so
we heard the cutoff, right?
yep.
Did I look through Laug's eyes to try and see anything? Is he still
Laug,
following?
as Garm steps outside, Laug is circling over the town and looks up, and illuminated from the behind by the light of 3 moons, standing atop a gnarled staff of some kind, like some sort of scarecrow-like figure. You see the hag, one arm outstretched, claws extended, and you see imprisoned within some kind of vault of blood.
Yeah.
Just some sort of prism containing her is Esther. No words, just starts flying away as fast as it can go.
Just urge Laug to follow,
He does, and Garm, you were able to see just the faint little figure floating up, illuminated by the moon.
Come now. The hunt is on.
And the four of us, it's time to go.
She'll come
You
outside.
see, yep, you see she is heading southward.
South.
And after a moment, you feel something you haven't felt in a couple of days. Your connection to Biter.
Oh.
You see through his eyes, perched up on top of a cliff.
Oh my god.
See, looking down, you can faintly see the logging town just off in the distance. The head turns as he's slowly watching this figure fly towards a large stone edifice carved out of the mountainside.
Oh.
I know where they head.
Tomb of Ibra.
My guess was correct.
And we're gonna have to figure out what to do about that next time.
Excellent.
Yay.